The average American household is currently spending over $78,000 a year on consumer expenses. That is up over 5% from just a couple of years ago. But here's the problem. Wages only rose by 3.8% in that same window. Do the math. You are working harder, you are getting more experience, you might even have gotten a raise, but you are actually getting poorer every single month. The gap between what things cost and what you can afford is widening. And it's not just inflation, it's a systematic extraction of your wealth. In 2026, the rules of money have changed. Things that were considered normal purchases 5 years ago are now financial self-sabotage. The economy you grew up with no longer exists. Corporate pricing has evolved into a predator. Subscription models have multiplied into every corner of your life. Convenience fees are now stacked on top of other convenience fees. If you keep spending like it's 2019, you will never retire. You are essentially running on a treadmill that is speeding up while you are slowing down. Let's talk about the bai tianyi, the convenience trap. We live in an age where you can get anything delivered to your door in 30 minutes. But have you looked at the receipt lately? Take food delivery apps like DoorDash or Uber Eats. They started as a luxury, then they became a convenience. Now, for many of us, they are a habit. Between the service fee, the delivery fee, the small order fee, and the tip, you're often paying an 80% markup on a single meal. If you order delivery just 3 times a week, you are likely throwing away over $2,400 a year in fees alone. That is not the cost of the food. That is the cost of not wanting to drive 5 minutes. In 2026, that laziness is costing you a down payment on a house over a decade. And it's not just food. Look at your driveway. The average car payment in America has hit $767 a month. That's a mortgage payment in some parts of the country. Dealers are now pushing 72 and 84-month loans just to make the monthly payment look affordable. But look at the interest rates. Used car rates are averaging over 11% right now. If you take an 84-month loan on a used truck at 11%, you aren't buying a vehicle, you are buying a debt trap that will be worth half its value before you even own the title. You are paying for the idea of a lifestyle you can't actually afford yet. This is what I call comfortable poverty. You have the nice car, the latest iPhone, and the premium streaming packages, but your savings account is a ghost town. You are one car repair or one medical bill away from total collapse. Why? Because you are subscribing to your life instead of owning it. Everything is a monthly fee now. Your gym, your software, your entertainment, even features in your car are being turned into subscriptions. These companies don't want your one-time purchase, they want a permanent claim on your future income. They want you to be a user, not an owner, because owners build wealth, but users just pay bills. Let's look at a real scenario. Meet Mark. Mark is 35. He makes $60,000 a year. On paper, Mark is doing okay, but at the end of every month, he has $0 left. He buys a coffee every morning, he orders Uber Eats because he's tired after work, he has 5 different streaming services he barely watches, he pays for a premium banking app that charges him $10 a month for tools he doesn't use. Mark isn't a big spender. He doesn't buy Rolexes or go on luxury vacations. He is being nickeled and dimed to death by 1,000 small cuts. If Mark doesn't change, he will work until he is 75. The hidden consequence of these habits isn't just the money lost today, it's the opportunity cost. That $200 a month Mark spends on fees and subscriptions, if he invested that in a simple indexed fund starting at age 30, it would be worth over $250,000 by the time he retires. Mark is literally trading his future freedom for a burrito delivered to his door and a few extra TV channels. Is that a trade you are willing to make? It is time to reframe the rules. The old rule was budget your big expenses and the small ones will take care of themselves. The 2026 rule is the small expenses are where the war is won or lost. This is where we implement the 3S filter. This is the framework I use to audit every dollar that leaves my account. The first S is substitution. Can you replace a high-cost convenience with a low-cost ritual? Instead of a $7 latte, buy a high-end espresso machine. It pays for itself in 3 months. Instead of delivery, do a grocery pickup. It's still convenient, but it costs no dollars in fees. The second S is scale. Stop looking at the monthly price. Companies use only $20 a month to trick your brain. Multiply it by 12. Is that app worth $240 a year? Is that car worth $9,000 a year? When you see the annual scale, the value often disappears. The third S is survival. Does this expense help you buy back your time, or does it force you to work more? If an expense doesn't buy you back time or increase your health, it is a parasite. Kill it. In 2026, the most radical thing you can do is be boring with your money. Stop chasing the new. Stop paying for the convenient. Start being an owner again. The economy wants you spending unconsciously. The algorithms are designed to trigger your impulses. Marketing budgets exist to manufacture your desires. Your only defense is awareness. Run the numbers, because when you run the numbers, the math changes everything. You realize that keeping your money is just as important as making it. The 12 categories we discussed today aren't evil, but they are expensive, and in this economic climate, you can no longer afford to be unconscious. Choose your freedom over their fees. Every dollar you save today is a soldier working for your future. Stop giving your army away to corporations that don't care about your retirement. The math has shifted. It is time for you to shift with it.